Um, I wanted to first just share that I'm just really, really excited to be on here today sharing about what a wonderful weekend I had. Um, what I'm about to share is one thing I think junior golfers are missing right now. And this one thing can change your golf game. It's the one thing I think everyone is waiting to hear. But more importantly, it's going to change your entire outlook on life. First off, I want to share also something that I learned today. It's called my MSP. It stands for My Smile Production. It's how or what I'm grateful in the moment. So right now, I'm just really grateful that um, I can share what I've learned this weekend to you. I hope that it really helps you in your life, um, gets you more excited about life, and in turn just really helps you achieve all your goals, especially your golf goals, just helping you improve and getting better scores, because I know all you can achieve all the goals that you want in your life. So yeah, I'm just really excited to be here, and I wanted to also congratulate you guys on taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know we have a lot of homework, tests coming up. Some of you had practice today with us, so I just really want to congratulate you for all the great things you're doing, and to take time out of your busy schedule to work on yourself um, and to um, uh, instead of doing video games, listening to me, um, because that means a lot to me, but also that means that you are wanting to be a high performer in life. So great work, keep it up. I see every one of you guys. You guys are putting in a lot of great work, and we're just so proud of you guys. So keep it up. For those that don't know me, my name is Seiko Matsumura. I'm a PGA teaching professional, and I help my students achieve um, really any of their goals, but really I specialize in helping junior golfers play at the highest level they want, such as maybe it's just high school, or to help them play for the college of their dreams. So I have a couple questions before we start. Have you been waking up lately with not a lot of energy, just feeling lethargic, maybe not even wanting to get out of bed, not really excited? How about feeling anxious before you play in a tournament? Do you procrastinate a lot, put things off? Well, let me tell you what I learned this weekend was just an outstanding, extraordinary event. And like I said, I'm just really, really excited to share what I learned and how it can help you. So a little background of this story, I met up with a girlfriend that I haven't seen in like almost 2 decades. Like I haven't seen her, I think we said for 17 years. And we practiced every day together and played every day in the summer. She would ask me to practice whenever she went to go practice, and we hit it off when we first met. And this weekend was like there's no gap. Like we laughed so loud. I don't think I've ever laughed this much since I've seen her last. Without her, I probably wouldn't be at the level I'm at right now, just in terms of my career. She helped me get to the level that I was so fortunate to be playing at, such as being able to play at a Division I golf school. So I'm just so grateful for her, and I'm so glad that she was able to come to this event with me. this weekend from Arizona. She has 3 children, and she's super busy, and I was just so grateful that she's able to come out and spend time with me. But as I was talking to her, she was telling me that I think we both realized that we both played golf for the same reason. We both played golf to become the best player that we could. I think we enjoyed pushing each other and getting better, but I don't think we could say like we honestly just enjoyed it because it was fun. We didn't even know what that meant. But we did have fun with competition. We wanted to be the best golfers in the world. And so I think that's why I got to that certain level, because of her. And also she was mentioning that when she used to play in big events, like I think they still have it, it's called the Junior World in San Diego, she said her stomach would hurt and she would get sick physically. She was so nervous about what her father would how he would react if she didn't play to her potential. So she had stomach ulcers, and I was just so sad to hear that, because I don't think we should ever have to feel that way when we play a bad round or if we had a bad day. I know we can be our hardest critic sometimes and we feel pressure from others, but I definitely want you to take in what I'm going to share today, because because it's just so important in our day-to-day lives. I know some of you guys are going to say, oh, easier said than done. Everything is, right? And I know some of you are thinking, oh, I don't need this. But there's going to be times, there could be times in your life that you're going to hopefully say thank you to me, because I think sometimes we forget about what I'm going to share. And like I said, super important, and it's just going to help you in all parts of your life, whether it's going to help you in your work, it's going to help you with all the different hats you wear, such as like if you become a mother, and when you have a special relationship, even with friends. So going kind of back to the questions I asked earlier, I know some of you, which are some of my students, have just mentioned that I just want to feel more on the golf course, not just about my score or my shots. I don't want those good shots or bad shots to impact my daily life, and also determine who I am. So like I said, that's not easy. Sometimes I think we get taught that how we behave sometimes, or how we do on tests, or how we should feel, or that's how we describe ourselves, but I don't think that's fair. So I'm going to tell you how to not feel that way. So going back to just feelings of kind of being tired lately, or just not being that excited, I have been in your shoes. I can say that I was in your shoes in college, and even in this last couple months. I don't know, like I was excited about the year, and I had a great 2019, probably the best year of my life. But I just knew something was missing, and that seems to be like a reoccurring thing. Like, I'm always so excited about the year, and I'm so grateful for what I have. I have such great people in my life. I have everything I ever wished and wanted, but I'm always, I guess I'm always just trying to grow. And so a few highlights that I just wanted to share in 2019 was I had the, I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I guess it's just for me to um, have you also think about what your highlights were in every year. And, and just to even think about last year, think about for a second what you accomplished last year. I'm sure you accomplished more than you thought. And it took me a second to be like, oh, wow, I accomplished a lot of things last year. But just to, I don't know, I just want to share what I accomplished last year. I had the opportunity to represent Nike Golf in apparel and in shoes. It was such a great opportunity and a privilege to do that. Nike is such a great company. I really like what they stand for. Just do it, because I think we all get caught up in overanalyzing things, like, excuse me, if things are going to work out, excuse me, or what we're fearful about, or what others are going to think about us. So I really liked that opportunity to represent Nike and to just do it. Also, I felt like I was the best version of myself as a mother, a coach, a sister, a daughter, a wife, especially. I think it was a big eye opener for me. So I hope I take what I learned into every year, because I learned a lot, and I just want to continue to be the best that I could be. So it just encourages other people around me to be their best versions of themselves, and in turn, like, have the best quality of life. And then lastly, I just wanted to celebrate and share with you that Montemar Golf had the best year of its life, I guess, to say, so to speak. Aki and I have been working together for the last 3 years, coming up in the fall. And I just wanted to thank Aki for all his contributions and innovative ideas that has brought us to where we are. And I just can't thank all our students enough, because without you guys, we wouldn't come up with these ideas. And we just hope that you continue to grow as people and golfers, and continue to make those strides and continue to achieve your goals, because you guys are all just doing great. So like I mentioned, I had a great year in 2019, but I knew 2020 was going to be even better. I don't know. I just had this great feeling, which is good. I never had these feelings of years before. I never wrote down goals. I did before, and then I was like, oh, I don't want to think about goals, because what if I don't achieve them? But I actually wrote down goals last year, and I think I achieved everything that I wanted. And so did Aki. So I think we both pushed each other to really get things done. And I also want to share that I believe 2020 was going to be a great year because of what I accomplished in 2019. And you can accomplish, I mean, not just accomplish. Sometimes I think accomplishment means achievements, but you can create whatever year you want your year to look like. And you can have, I never thought that I would experience everything I experienced last year. So create what you want and then go get it, because it can happen. That's for sure. So I was starting out my 2020. I knew what I wanted. I was more clear. I had more purpose, and I really wanted to take action. But I think I focused too much on action. I focused too much on, okay, we have some things that are coming up, which is going to cost a lot of money. So I needed to work, which is fine. But I think I focused too much on work. And I was just focusing too much on what I need to accomplish, what I need to get this year, instead of focusing on other things that we're going to talk about. Of course, money is important to me, but money in the bank doesn't really mean anything to me unless we can create experiences and memorable experiences with my family. And which excites me more than, like I said, money in the bank. Um, and like the memories I encountered, last year when we were able to go to Japan for a few weeks, and some of the trips that we were able to go on, such as the trip earlier this year. Um, and the greatest experience I had this year. This was just like the experience that I had this weekend. It was like an aha moment for me, and I hope it is for you too. So just like I'm just trying to give you guys how this is relevant to you guys. Work to me might be like how if you focus too much on homework or school, sometimes you might get not as excited about life in general. Or if you focus so much just on golf, life is not just golf. Golf is part of your life, and just like me, work is part of my life. But for me, I think I need to focus on other things that also excite me, if that makes any sense to you. Okay, so lastly, before I reveal what we're all missing, I think we can easily get stuck in a rut because we have a routine that basically we just have a routine that we just keep going and going and going, and we don't sometimes reflect on the past, and we're all just so focused on what do I need to do now, what's gonna take me to the next step, instead of really feeling like, oh, what is it gonna feel like when we get there, or just not feeling other things other than just the tasks at hand. And I think with cell phones these days and social media, we're just scrolling, or just being disconnected from other things that are more important in our lives. So so now I really am excited to share that the word vibrancy is what I think some of us are missing. For sure, vibrancy was missing in my life the last month and a half, or 2 months. And to me, vibrancy means just having a lot of energy and excitement, and just imagine yourself waking up every morning after your morning routine, the unlimited amounts of gratitude, light, energy, just the feeling of like you're a rainbow, or almost like you're a sun, and how you can feel that coming out of you. So just take a second to think about that. I think that can definitely create a different view or vision of your life. And I wrote a couple of things down that I definitely want to make sure I share, because it's important to me. So when you have that energy, that vibrancy, everyone is going to want to plug into your energy source, because you resemble in their minds empowerment, that you can achieve anything you put your mind, body, and soul to. Everyone would want to connect with you because you are just living the life you want. I mean, excuse me, you control really everything that you put out. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You'd be everyone's role model because you're just sharing your light and your energy. And I don't know, I'm just super excited that I learned this and to share it with you, because like I said, it may or not be the missing link for you right now, but it could be, and it could just change everything in your life at the moment. You would have more energy to accomplish all you want in life, your hobbies, time with your friends, getting up and practicing and actually doing the exercises that we give to you guys or with another coach, um, life would be more fun and more exciting. And I'm sure there's more other ways that people could describe this vibrancy in their lives, but that's how I see it in my eyes. And yeah, this is why I'm saying it's a game changer for you. Wouldn't you all like to feel that? Even if the parents are watching, I know we all get caught up in the everyday, day-to-day things like, I gotta drop off the kids, I gotta do this, now I gotta do that. And sometimes we don't reflect, or we don't even get to create the time to say, this is what I wanna do for this year, or plan anything. So, yeah, this is going to help you. It will change your game, and especially with the framework I'm going to give you. So I will be giving you that in a second. But just wanted to share a little bit more about these last few days. I've just been getting more vibrant. Days are just getting even better. I've realized that I've been creating even more meaningful connections that I never knew was possible. Like, I'm now even creating better connections with Aki, with Charlotte. Today I met up with a lady that I met actually last month in Puerto Rico, because we signed up to go to these events and we're also a member of this group. So I am working on my video skills and speaking skills, so I wanted to connect with her. And I learned again, and she just reminded me on MSP, my small production, and that we were just like all like, it just brightened up our day, and it got me in a really great mood. And I was just so excited to share it with everyone I met today. I don't know, I'm usually on my best I try to be on my A game every time I see a student, but I'm always feeling that too. So it's not fake or anything. I truly enjoy working with my students, but just today was just super special because I saw her, and it's just amazing how you have control of how you want to feel through vibrancy. And I just want to help in any way possible how this, I'm just so excited about sharing and how it's just going to help you. One thing before I share the steps to vibrancy and to create that in your life, I don't want to sound, I just went from yay, be vibrant, and then now it's like a kind of a sad story, but I just want to share how real this is, because we're all golfers. And last week when we had a match at Casa del Sol, there was a local event at Casa del Sol, and I knew that there's going to be an event, but when I was there, I was just kind of looking around, observing, and people were fine, and some parents were maybe doing some work or resting, but I just felt such a negative energy when I was there. I just saw I saw more kids like slamming their clubs because of a bad shot versus like kids being happy of a good shot. So that's what I want to ensure when you're playing wherever you are, that you don't have to react like that, and that everything's going to be okay. One bad shot's not going to demonstrate who you are, or everything's just going to be okay. And I just felt that that's why I just want to share vibrancy, because to our families and to our students, because then you don't have to feel down when you hit a bad shot. So that just means that as human beings and human with the behavior that we're creating, we're not living to our full potential. So I know we can all do better, especially myself. So that's why I want to be the role model of vibrancy. So you guys could also remember to be vibrant daily. Um, we have to be role models to each other, just to remind each other that you know, we could do better, or just to remind ourselves that we could choose however we want to act. Um, a couple things at your age I want to make sure that you stay focused on. Definitely school and homework, making sure you continue to give 100% effort no matter how you feel. Sometimes, even maybe if you're not feeling great or feeling a little sick, still try and give 100% effort, because you can push through even if it's for just a little bit. Do that. Make sure you're listening and obeying your parents, because that's very important. And going to planned events, like going to planned practices, whether it's golf, soccer, any other sports, any events. Make sure you um, do those things that I mentioned. As adults, we have other choices, like when we're like way grown up and, you know, but I just want to remind you that you can still create a great life, an exciting life, but just make sure you are doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. And I also want to share that outside of those things, you can still create connections you want with peers. Do your best not to blame others or to judge others. Focus on that connection. And sometimes connections aren't really, aren't really meaningful, or you might not think so, but you just don't know until you really focus on that connection. Like I met Giselle, the lady that I met up with today, a couple months ago or last month, and she just had this great energy about her. And this, my other friend connected me with her, and we just hit it off. And I just never knew that I could have a connection with someone that I just met through another person. So stay open to your connections, stay open to the people you meet, because you just never know who you're going to meet and how they're going to help you with your life. Take a second right now and think about who you want around you when you have happy events. For example, birthdays, your high school graduation. You might be still connecting with the people that are going to be friends with you until the end of time. So just think about that for a second. Do you want to just have people who are just kind of come and go out of your life, or do you want to have people that want to be with you, want to laugh with you, want to create memories with you? So think about all the people that you have around you now. Are those the people that you want at these happy events? So like I said, just be open, and if there's people that are sucking out energy from you, you might want to rethink your guys' connections. But I'm not saying just high and dry leave them, no, but just think about, just for now, think about what you want, what kind of friends you want in your life, and what kind of people you want in your life. I just wanted to say that who cares about maybe what they've done in the past, but at the same time, be smart on just go with your gut feeling if you think it's a good connection. Be the one who's nice to others, gives off good vibes, and cares about others. I think that's really important. sometimes I come to work and I feel like I'm the only positive one. And I think that's fine and I don't mind. But try to be, more vibrant to people at work or at school, and see if you can make someone's, I mean, you can totally make somebody's day. You just don't know, because a lot of people are going through things and you may not know, because they might not tell you. But just saying hey and caring about others, just in turn, other people are going to be willing to help you right away, because of the connection that you've built with them. Um, yeah, and say hi to your teacher that says hi to you, or your coach that says hi to you. Because, like I said, you just don't know what kind of day they're having. And don't you want to be the person that brightens up yourself, through those connections and to others? Um, like I said, you just don't know. I've had a lot of people come up to me and just say, "Oh my God, thank you for just saying hi to me and for caring about me." I've never really had those connections before, so it just feels good. And yeah, I just want you to put yourselves in their shoes too. Um, how do you want to show up for others? How do you want to show up when you are with your friends? Do you want to be pouty? Um, so think about that. Um, Also, people all around you are watching you. What I mean by that is, um, just seeing how nice you are, and people are going to hear if you do anything poorly to anybody. Not saying that you guys are going to, but I just feel like connections are so important, and I think it stems from that vibrancy. Like, you don't want to hang out with people that are down and pouty and negative all the time, right? So that's why I'm sharing this. Um, yeah, and it's just so interesting because I've had so many, um, like like husbands of students or boyfriends say, "Oh my God, Seiko just seems so nice and caring towards other people, like especially during her lessons." And I haven't even met the student, but they come to me and share that with me, and I'm like, "Oh my God, that's so nice." Like I said, I just try and be the best version of myself because that's how I want others to treat me. And yeah, just have great connections, but it's up to you to create that vibrancy and that connection, and create all the future excitement and energy that you want to portray. Um, so finally, I am going to share with you some of the steps to create this vibrancy that I've been raving about. I hope you are still on board with me. I hope um, you are still awake and ready to hear the steps that can help you just feel just more energized, more excited for the day, which in turn is going to help you be more excited with your golf game, and just maybe turn on a switch even more and say, yes, I'm ready to conquer these goals that I have, and just be more energized when it comes time to practice, which I see that. And I congratulate you on, wanting to achieve your goals and bringing that energy. But like I said, in case that this vibrancy kind of dies sometime in your life, that you have these tools to bring, to re-energize and to bring this back into your life. So, excuse me for 1 second. I'm just going to take a sip of water. Okay. So, number one, which this one thing has helped me so much, is to have a morning routine. It's so easy to wake up and be like, okay, I gotta brush my teeth. I got to go downstairs. I gotta put on my makeup. I have to eat breakfast. I gotta maybe finish some homework. Then I gotta put my stuff in my bag. Okay, like how stressful is that? How about listening to a calm song or a calm video. So for me, what helps me, and this just all started within like the last week, is I listened to a video called Gratitude, a short video by Louis Schwartzberg. I think that's how you spell it. Excuse me. It's a nice and relaxing way to start my morning. Excuse me. And it just really gets me into the present. It helps me be more intentional, like who right now or at some point within the last year was like, oh my God, the day went by and I didn't even feel anything. Or gosh, it's already time to leave school and I feel like I wasn't there. Like I just went through the day just because everyone just lives it. Um, I lost my train of thought for a second, but yeah, it just gets me more focused on what I want to achieve, what I want to feel, how I want to show up to my students, and how I want to show up to my to Aki and my daughter. I also have a journal. Shoot. I'm gonna have to grab it. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Sorry about that. So I write in my journal. So this journal is called Better Life Journal by Dean Graziosi. I'm not sure exactly why I got this. I think maybe just for a different thing, but he is great. He has like just weekly challenges, but it's not super cheap, but not super expensive. But it just because it's a nice hardcover book, it reminds me to take care of it. So if you don't have a journal, you can get this one or just get a hardcover journal. I write down a couple things. One is 3 things that I'm grateful for at that moment. So my Smile production. So I write 3 of those. I also write down 3 celebrations that I recently had or that I want to just remember. They can be achievements, they can be a birthday that recently happened, or just even a small celebration. This sounds so silly, but even just to remind us that celebrations are necessary because we don't give ourselves enough credit for doing things, like even flushing the toilet. Pat yourself on the back for doing those small little things, because remembering to celebrate during those small things is going to help us remind us to celebrate those big things. And then I also write down 3 things that I'm looking forward to. It could be a big project that I'm excited for, a vacation. I love crafting. So I just been noting things that I want to craft. And I also write down how it's going to make me feel when I get there, and the benefit of it too. So just a reminder, listen to something calm in the morning, even when actually before you even start getting ready. It's a 6-minute video, just gets me to be in the here and now. Like I said, I write in my journal 3 prompts, and it just reminds me that my life can be very as vibrant as I want it to be. And trust me, I have learned that I want it to be vibrant, because that vibrancy is going to help me achieve everything that I want. So also, some of you guys have Brendon Burchard's High Performance Planner. this is a really good thing to have. It has daily pages, weekly pages, and even monthly pages. I think his new one also has like the whole entire year that you can plan out. What I like about this is that he has some journaling prompts as well, specific ones. And this may help, I think, all ages, but maybe even for, and more especially for the older group, like high schoolers, and those that are going into college. It really gets you focused on how to act, how to feel, to have the best day you can have, and how, and whatever you want to feel and achieve that for the day. You can purchase his book on Amazon. I would still like you to write in this journal on your days off, so you remember to get whatever you need to accomplish that day done. You don't want to be like, oh man, I forgot to do that one thing. And then there's also a evening journal on the other side of the morning journal, and it just kind of helps you reflect on what you did well, what you need to work on, and you can even put all your golf stuff in here, and what you need to remember for tomorrow. You got to do this every day, especially your morning. I mean, everything I'm going to be talking about is you have to do it every day or reflect on it every day. The next thing, number 3, I'm sorry, I don't have any, I didn't have my board behind me or my cards that I usually share. But the third thing is to create a vision board for your goals and look at them daily. What was I going to say? For those that don't know what a vision board is, it is a just a visual of what you want in your life. So for example, in my vision board upstairs, I have Acura MDX. That's what I really want. I was hoping to get that. I'm hoping to get that this year. I hope I can. We would like to have a new baby this year. So I put a picture of Charlotte up there. I printed off a couple events, crafting events for the year. I wrote down which books I wanted to read by the year, and stuff like that. So that's what it is. You can cut out like magazine snippets. You can draw. You could print off things. What else? Oh, I have a really cool story to share with you. Aki's, actually, also, I had a couple stories with this. When I was in college, I wrote down like specific averages I wanted, like greening regulation, what I wanted to shoot on average, one score that I wanted to train to accomplish, how many putts on average. So just having that visual just reminds me, hey, get your butt up and get going. Or yeah, it just helps me to what am I trying to say? It just helps me to stay motivated. One other story is Aki's uncle. He at the beginning of his career, he wasn't making a lot of money, but he always dreamt of getting this certain Cadillac car. And so I think he cut it out of a newspaper or printed it, and he stuck it in his office. And like I said, he kept working hard for it, and he eventually got it. So I thought that was a really cool story on how strong vision boards are. And so not just put up those pictures of what you want, but I also want you to write why you want it. So when those times when you're just not feeling like you want to go practice or finish something, you can just remind yourself, this is why. and then how you're going to feel once you get it, because I think that's important to write down, because just feeling all the things and having all the things that you want will help you, like I said, stay stay motivated on what you want to achieve. Okay. Oh gosh, I gotta go. I gotta keep not go, but I gotta catch up. We're running a little bit behind. Okay. Another thing, another way to continue to stay excited and refresh on your goals is to not give up on what you're working on when times get tough. And like I said, it's easier said than done. This week, we had a couple students just saying, it's hard. I just am not getting it with a certain club. But that just it's just a reminder that you need to continue to stay at that club and get that certain technique down so then you can achieve the scores that you want. Life's not supposed to be easy because, well, there's going to be times when it's easier, but what I'm saying is just it's normal for things to be hard. Otherwise, everyone would be at the top or everyone would be achieving their goals. But it takes certain skill sets and mindsets, and you guys all have it in you to achieve whatever you want. So don't give up when times get hard. Just keep grinding away. Do it. Work on it every day. Do the hardest, like, I'm trying to say too much at once. Basically, just grind it out and get it done. Because if you think of Tiger Woods or any of the top players working on something, do you think they're just saying, oh, this is hard, I'm going to go work on something else? No, that's what makes them the best players and masters of this game, because they don't quit. They keep training and keep getting in the repetitions, and even especially when it's the hardest time, they do it daily, and not just 5 swings but hundreds of swings, and that's what it takes. So don't give up. Don't ever give up. I also want to mention to trust yourself. I just had a student that I just started working with. I gave her a new thing to work on in her swing, and I could just tell she's just like, are you sure this is going to help me? And you really have to trust yourself. You're the only one that's going to know if this change is going to help you. And it's not easy, no changes, and but you do have to have some self-belief in yourself that everything is going to work out. And someone said, even if you don't believe in yourself, others will, and I believe in all my students. So trust me. I'm not going to give you something that you can't handle. So trust yourself and trust your coach, and you'll get it done. I had another student this week also mentioned to me, how do I not get so caught up in scoring on the golf course? How can I just enjoy the round more? And what I mentioned to her was to do your best to stay in the moment. I know sometimes we get really anxious when we think about the future. That's what creates anxiety, is because we can't control the future. And then what gets us depressed is thinking about the past. So we can't change the past. And no matter how much we think about the past, we're not going to be able to change it. And as much as we think about the future, that's not going to really control anything in the future. What you can do is to really, really stay grounded, believe in the moment, because really that's the only moment life is guaranteeing us. But to really, yeah, enjoy the moment, enjoy each moment you have, because, um, you know, we just, you just gotta enjoy. Life is good. And I have one activity for you, um, which hopefully you can visualize. But imagine 4 little index cards cut up like this with letters A, B, C, D, and E. That's 5 letters, right? Yeah. I think, I hope. So write on them, and basically it's for to help you visualize, no, not necessarily visualize, but just for you to just focus on the letter A, or this moment right now. And it's good for when you take it on the golf course, because it'll help you focus on just this moment now. So for example, let's say I'm on the first tee box, I have letter A, and this, you can use this in a tournament. This is not illegal. So this helps you, you can use this during practice rounds or in tournaments, but so it just reminds you to focus on the here and now with A. You're not going to change your card until you get to B. That doesn't mean focus on A the entire time, or focus on that tee shot that you had from the tee box to the next shot. It's for you to just, hey, focus on A, and then after you hit your shot, it helps you prepare for shot A, and then it helps you execute, and then now you can just let it go. Whatever happens, happened. You can't change it. You could kind of focus on the scenery, enjoy how nice and beautiful the day is going, and even feeling the nice sun on you, or if there's a little bit of rain or a little bit of breeze, just feel the moment. Feel the moment, because you get the most creative. Have you ever been in a situation where you hit a tee shot, it went in a poor spot, and all you're thinking about is the past? That doesn't serve you. So let go what doesn't help you in the moment, and focus on what you can control, and you can only control right now. So you will be going from, A, B, C, D, and E. If you have more than E, then just go back to A. Okay, and then just kind of visualize that in your everyday life too, at school, at home, when you're hanging out with friends, just to kind of get you staying in the moment. So then when you're going on the golf course, you can stay in the moment and enjoy. Okay. Number 7, do not blame, complain, or give excuses. Like I said, we all know that it's not easy to make changes in your game, but focus on the solution. Like, rather than blaming your coach on something, or saying this stinks, or find the root cause and try not to give excuses, complain, or blame, because that doesn't help you with what you want to accomplish. If you keep bringing any of these 3 things up, it's not going to serve you to get to the next step of your life. Okay? So no blaming, no complaining, and no giving excuses wherever you are, whether that's at home, at school, with your coaches, with your teachers. It doesn't serve you. When you're on the golf course too, or not just at the golf course, but at home, in any part of your life, focus on what you want rather than all the things that could go wrong. I was helping a student, and she was asking me, when I visualize my rounds, all the negative shots come up, or the poor shots come up. So 2 things that came up to my mind: we have to visualize what we want, and also maybe we need to acquire the skill that's coming up poorly in your visualization. And it's really, really good to visualize your round beforehand, especially like at night. I used to do that. And when you're closing your eyes, you might see more negative things. I don't know. I just was kind of thinking about that. Like, when you're closing your eyes, it's dark and it might be harder for you to visualize. Instead, if that's what comes up, maybe what you can do is go online and find the course, or look at the scorecard and just go from, like, just kind of draw with your pen or even with your finger and go, okay, this is where I want to be. Then I want to go here. Then I want to go here. You can even visualize the shot or in your swing. But like I said, just do what serves you and focus on what you want. Don't focus on the negative. But then if a negative shot or thought comes up, then replay that shot and take that negative thought or idea out. Okay. You are not your score. What I mean by that is, just because you had a bad round, that doesn't mean that you have to feel poorly all day. Also, shooting a high score doesn't describe who you are, or yeah, we're going to talk about more about separating that. But you know, just because you maybe had a little hiccup in a part of your day doesn't mean that your whole entire day has to be cruddy. Because think about going back to connections again, like, feel like, if you feel down, your parents are going to be worried and they're going to be down, or your siblings who look up to you, whether they're older or younger, they're going to be like, oh, why are you feeling that way or looking that way? And you're going to be like, oh, it's because I didn't play well. Well, that shouldn't change your behavior. Just like I said, focus on what maybe the root cause was for the maybe the not so good round, or the time you had where maybe you got into an accident. Or just want to remind you that because one thing happened, maybe you didn't get a good grade on your test, doesn't mean that you have to be sulking all day or be down all day. What you do doesn't describe who you are. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but I'm just saying that you aren't your C test, or you're not your 120 person. Just as long as you just reflect on what the lesson was, and journaling that, and working on what's going to help you with your next round or your next test, and implementing it is all you need to focus on. Okay, so you are not your score. We're almost done. I'm sorry I'm going way over. Well, not really. I'm actually doing okay, but just want to make sure you guys get to bed on time and finish whatever else you need to. Lastly, step number 10 is to separate yourself from your thoughts and feelings. So kind of going back to, you're not your day, or not your whatever happened earlier, is like, for example, if you're thinking like, let's see if I have a good thought. Like, I'm tired, I don't feel like going to go practice, or I just don't, like, you're just not feeling it. Like, you don't have to act like that. I think some people, I think we all know what we need to do, and but we all get caught up in how we feel. And when we're in some kind of discomfort, we want to not feel it. So we play a video game or watch TV, and then we get caught up in that and then don't accomplish the things that we want. So if you can separate yourself from your thought or your feeling and say, hey, I actually can do this, go do it, because that's going to create the vibrancy that you want, and just help you achieve what you want in life. Let's see. Yeah, and having the more vibrancy we have is just going to help us get through all the obstacles that life throws at us. And I realized that there are going to be struggles. I mean, struggles are normal daily to have, and I think it's just a way the universe um, teaches us teaches us life lessons and how to better ourselves. And you know, the universe doesn't give us things that we can't overcome. So honor the struggle and get through it. And I know you can, and you know you can too, deep down inside. So keep up that vibrancy. Um, do those steps. Um, accomplish those goals, because don't you think that having that energy and that vibrancy in your life, couldn't that change how you feel on a day-to-day basis, especially if you were maybe just feeling like I'm just going through the motions right now, like I was, and like some of your peers are. Um, yeah, I'm just really excited that I learned this weekend, and I just really wanted to share that with you all. And the next step I want you to do after giving you the 10 steps is at least pick one right after we get off and do one activity, and then yeah, and just keep adding the vibrancy on in your life. Thank you so much again, and congratulations on just taking the time to keep up your self-improvement in all parts of your life. Thank you again, and we will see you again soon. Have a great day.